So this isn't going to happen like every month, but when I do finish an Otome visual novel, or just visual novel in general, I'd like to talk about it, because I just want to talk about it. Don't have a ton of people to talk about it to. Might as well just talk about it on stream, because it's fun for me. So I'm here doing that today. I played this game. I started it in like January or December. I don't quite remember, but I didn't finish it until March. So I guess it took me a little while. Sometimes it only takes me like if I'm really absorbed within the game, or like I really want to play a visual novel, it will usually just take me like 2 weeks, honestly. But right now I'm much more drawn to like the actual physical books to read, so this one took me a bit longer. I played through Love or Pretend, and at least I finished it in March. This is a romantic comedy-style Otome visual novel by Otomate, and published by Access. Oh gosh, it's about Chiyuki Ueda. This is Chiyuki. She's a college student with big dreams. She wants to become a scriptwriter, like her late mother, and she also wants to figure out who her father is, because she's never found out, or she wasn't told who he was before her mother passed away. And she's lived alone since high school because she's been juggling school and part-time jobs, because she's basically been alone since she was 15. I guess you can do that in Japan, or at least in fictional Japan. Therefore, one of her biggest struggles as an aspiring screenwriter is her inability to write realistic, convincing romances. But she is still a promising young talent, so her mentor brings her on as an assistant towards the production of a new show that just so happens to be directed by the same director who directed the only movie Chiyuki's mother wrote the screenplay for. The show, very conveniently, involves the sons of men who worked on the very same movie. The love interest, this is a game that basically just plays on the fake dating trope, so Chiyuki gets involved with each of the love interests in a different version of that trope. So I'm going to lightly review each route of the dudes, and I'm going to avoid spoilers, but if you see this little guy here, you know that I'm talking about spoilers. Scuba will tell you when there's spoilers, so for some reason you're like, oh wow, that sounds interesting, ooh, and I want to play this game. Look for look for Scuba. So yes, it is a bit like I did say it. Sorry if I didn't say it if I didn't say it enough times. It is an Otome visual novel. So yeah, it is a visual novel. It reads as a visual novel. It does have the one thing I liked about this game is that it has it's kind of like a quick time event thing, where it's like you're asked a series of questions quickly, and you have to answer them quickly based on the scenario that Chiyuki's in. And if you answer them right or wrong, we'll get you a different ending. Basically, it's kind of fun, I guess. I love that total. Mommy issues, check. College girl, checked. Multiple hot boys, check. But yeah, I got Spoiler Scuba made just for things like this. Spoiler, you can date the boys. All of the boys. Yeah, you can date the boys. And so the thing is, I really like visual novels that are geared towards I guess new adult players or readers, I guess. I don't know why. They just really draw me in. This one, I mean, we'll talk about it later, but I was interested. The art is nice. It's rather cliche, except for one of the routes. We'll get there. It is a little cliche, but and Otome themselves has put out much better games than this, but I still wanted to play it. So let's talk about it. Oh no, it simulates IRL awkward social anxiety when speaking. It does. The game totally simulates anxiety. Which, so I guess warning for that. It's not so bad though. So yeah, this is Chiyuki. I actually like Chiyuki though. So I think a lot of people, when they hear people who really like visual novels and don't like Otome, or visual novels that are geared towards, I guess, more girls, or just people that like guys, they have more of a negative impression of it. They think that they just want to be a self-insert and insert them into the main character's position, and there are people that are like that, but more often than not, Otome fans are always rooting for the main character to just live a happy life, because they're usually very like traumatized by their upbringing, and Chiyuki's literally no exception. I'm sure you could tell just by me introducing her. I actually like her. I like that she is more focused on getting a good deal at the grocery store than the boys half the time. She has really strong convictions and really big dreams, and she really like is working towards them, but she also wants family because she doesn't have any. So I mean, I can't help but want her to like find somebody to like have a found family situation with. But I never think of myself as being the main character. I think of myself as just like reading a story, and she's just the main character. It's always a letdown when the MC is too blank slate and they end up being milquetoast. I know. I think one of the positive things about the games made by Otome is that the main character usually, not always, but usually has a pretty strong personality. So you really can root for them, and I don't like it when it feels like I'm supposed to be a self-insert, personally speaking. Some people like that, and that's fine. You can play your games in whatever way you want. I just don't like it personally. So I'm going to talk about the love interest in the order that they ranked in the popularity polls, but then I'll tell you how I personally rank them later on. The first boy, his name is Harumi Makino. So he is the son of the director of the show that Chiyuki is assisting for, and it turns out Harumi is also an assistant on the set. He's a rather reserved college student that doesn't seem to get too close to others. But the reason he's reserved is actually much cuter and more relatable than I expected. And he doesn't think people will accept him for his secret hobby. And I think some of us may have been in situations like him too. Spoiler, he's a huge weeb. He loves anime. Anyway, without giving too much away, Harumi and Chiyuki's relationship develops slowly and cutely, with Chiyuki accepting and learning about his hobby, and both accepting each other's dreams and helping each other out in ways like, oh, don't give up on your dream, I'll help you learn how to write romance things, or I'll help you learn to stand up to your dad, and I don't know, things like that. Yeah, there are aspects of this route I don't like, because it gets a little meandering and it didn't have that much impact. It was like, get back to the cute weeb stuff. I don't care about this other parts, but that's just my own taste talking. But Harumi himself is adorable and polite and considerate, while he still feels like he's actually Chiyuki's age, I guess, which is nice, because he is. I really enjoyed playing the route with a cute and shy love interest that was actually able to overcome his shyness and show growth towards actually take steps towards his future self. And he also helped the main character grow too. I find that with shy characters, this doesn't happen that much. A lot of times it's like, it's okay to like not just stay in your shell and not ever experience new things. There's a few games I can think of that did that, and I really wasn't happy with that, but not Harumi. Harumi, he's good. He learns. He wants to call Chiyuki mommy. He might. Ooh, so shy. You want me to show me the boots to step on him? Okay, I'll step on him. Nya. I'm stepping on him. Did you like it, Harumi? How'd you feel about that? I'm gonna stand on your shoulder. Okay. The next guy is Kazuma Kamikubo. I don't know why, but on the internet I could not find a very high quality image of him. So this is what I got. But he's your redheaded best friend, childhood best friend, obviously. He is a makeup and styling assistant on the set of the movie that Chiyuki's working for. He's super energetic, and he's always trying to look out for Chiyuki. I love his look. I just really like redheaded characters. I just do. I like his personality because he's just always trying to look out for Chiyuki. He's really protective of her, but not in other routes. It's not in an overbearing way. I think in his route it can be a little bit depending on your taste in things. But his route, how do I put it? It's you've seen it 1,000 times before. It's very cliche. The fake dating it starts exactly the way you expect it to do with the best friend character. God. And it introduces one of my least favorite tropes in the story. Not just like in a romantic comedy. I just hate this trope in general. I think it's just like, it feels like a cop-out to avoid writing real emotional growth between Chiyuki and Kazuma, because I feel like you can tell that they're very emotionally connected to each other. Like, they really are best friends, they really do care about each other, and you could show it developing slowly into a romance. But then they punch you with that trope, and they're like, here you go, here's your catalyst, and it's like, I don't want that. And I'm not gonna say what it is because it's a spoiler, but it's just really too bad, because Kazuma is adorable. I just wish it would have been a bit more of a fresh story, and it just wasn't. So I'll just appreciate Kazuma Kamikubo from a distance, I guess. He is like he's like the golden retriever boyfriend, kind of. Yeah, yeah, more or less, I would say that, yeah. He's like the childhood best friend, so they're always a little plain. It's true. But he has red hair. I know, he has red hair. Ugh. I also really like, you can see it on this art, like all the characters, yeah, even he does. All the characters have like two-toned hair. I like that as an art detail in this game. True, they usually have black or brown hair. It's true, it's true. But Kazuma has red hair. But nah, honestly, Kazuma looks great. Visually, he's a great character, and personality-wise, he's good. But it was a no for me, route-wise. So, yeah. Alright, moving on. We have Yukito Sena. Yukito is a famous model, and he is trying to break into the acting world by auditioning for a role in the upcoming movie that Chiyuki is working on. He's rumored to be the ultimate playboy, just like his father, and he comes off as being carefree and relaxed. Like, he's like, I don't care. He comes off as being flippant, but despite this, he always seems to be able to get his job done and has a lot of promise in being a new actor. This man, Yukito Sena, is the backbone of the entire game, in my opinion. Even in different routes, and even if he isn't like trying to romance the Chiyuki, he is always helping her out, and he helps out all the other guys to achieve their dreams. He's just a good guy. But in his actual route, he genuinely cares about Chiyuki, and he very cleverly goes about showing this in a way that doesn't come off as being like a handout or pitying her, because he knows that she won't like that. And in general, he just has really good emotional intelligence, and it really shines in his route. Yeah. He gradually starts showing how he likes Chiyuki, and I don't know, it's just the ending of this route is really satisfying. Everyone gets what they want. And also, I'm gonna put up the scuba. This is a very mild spoiler that doesn't really have anything to do with the plot, but it was like added in at the end as like an extra, like, just so you know, this is a thing. There's actually genuine trans representation in a positive way that's like good. And it really surprised me. I did not expect this in this game. I was like, what? Really? That's amazing. So it was so small because it doesn't actually have plot representation, but I'll take it because I just loved everything about Yukito. And so it was just like a tiny, like a half a cherry on top. It's not even a full cherry because it's not that important, but it still was like, it was icing on the cake, I guess, for me. It was good. It was good. But yeah, I don't know, it was just really nice. And also the fake dating was reasonable and realistic, I would say. Yeah. Yeah, he has a heart of gold. He does. He has a heart of gold, despite looking like a playboy. He's actually really nice. Which is a little cliche in itself, but I think the way they did it was pretty unexpected in my experience with the flirty types in Otome games, because I feel very neutral towards them. Like, they could be good, they could be bad, but his was like overwhelmingly good, and I find that not to be the case a lot. So yeah, last, quotation marks last, we have Riku Nishijima. Okay, so Riku is the son of a famous actor. He went into acting at a very young age because of that. Like, his dad just wanted him to go into acting too. He's also auditioning for a role in the movie that Chiyuki's working on. Riku comes off as being an effortlessly talented actor who is gentle and polite to everyone, even his fans. But wow, his route really took me by surprise. I played his route last, and everyone else's route that he's in that there too, like briefly in all the other routes pretty much. He just kind of is like there. He's like a little bit aloof and mysterious, but he's just kind of there. So I was like, okay, is this guy gonna be really boring or what's going on here? But it was like not at all what I was expecting. The fake dating aspect of this route is a little bit unrealistic, I would say. But I was here for the ride because I was like, you know what? This is like a complete 180. I was not expecting this. Let's go. He has some serious Gatmoe. Which honestly, I thought it was a bit much. I didn't really like it at first, but then I kind of got into it as the story went on. As you find out more and more about who Riku truly is, his actions were largely unpredictable because his true dreams and his self are very different than what you see throughout the rest of the game. And I think, and I just don't want to give too much away, really. So if you're thinking about getting this game, and you were interested in Riku, and you probably are, and I only say that because Riku ranked #1 in the popularity poll, I don't think you're going to be disappointed. So I can also see why he would be your favorite, because if you did play the game, because it was very interesting. It was very interesting. Secretly a vampire. You think I would be talking about this in such a positive light if he was a vampire? He needs glasses? I agree. Yeah. So I'm gonna turn I'm gonna have Scuba come out here. So the last route is kind of a secret route. I would say it's not a secret route because if you watch like the music, like not the promotional videos, I feel like he appears. He's like in all the promotional material. So I feel like he's not a secret character, but just in case you don't want to know, just stay muted or just actually don't stay muted because they'll show up on the screen. Just jump to a time when Scuba doesn't appear. I'll like put stamp on it when I upload the VOD. Timestamp on it when I upload the VOD. There we go. So the secret character is Asagi Sensei, who is the mentor for Chiyuki through all the other routes. So his route unlocks after you complete all of the other routes. His route is a little bit shorter, but it does overall provide a satisfying conclusion as it wraps up all the unanswered questions that Chiyuki had been asking, I guess, throughout each other route, I guess. I liked Asagi Sensei in the other routes because he's just a kind and supportive mentor character, but as a love interest, it was kind of weird to me. He's also like a decade older, and I know it's a video game, so like who cares, but it did bother me just a little bit. They introduced this trope that is not my thing at all, and it is some people's thing, and that's fine. But even if it is your thing, it's not going to matter. You're going to be angry too because they do something that it's just like, it's frustrating how they handle it. But however, I am happy that Chiyuki was able to get some closure. She knows who her dad is at the end of the day, and she has a new family at the end of it. Her and Asagi Sensei's parents, her parents and Asagi Sensei's parents have like really convoluted love story that's like more convoluted than I care to get into at all, but it's like, just be warned, it's like a weird ending in my opinion. I don't know. So it's not my thing, but anyway. So I picked this picture at the end because it's a cute one, I guess, in my opinion. It shows them all and their personalities, just to talk about the ending of the game. I don't have like notes for like my ending opinions, but I will tell you my rankings of the boys. So in last place is Kazuma, because it was boring and cliche. Third place is Harumi. He's a weeb, but it didn't do enough for me. Buddy is really cute, and I would be his friend. Well, actually, I don't even count him. I'm just not even counting him in my ranking. Sorry. Third place is Riku for being entertaining melodrama. A lot of time melodramas can get a bit much, but it didn't get that way here. And obviously Yukito is number one because he's just genuinely the best guy. He's a really good guy, and I would want to be friends with me because he's the kind of guy where you're like, hey, I really need help. I'm in this really tough situation, and he would absolutely help you. Just good guy. Just good guy. Yeah, so I guess my takeaway, as we come to this conclusion here, my takeaway is that, oh god, so this game was cliche, as you may have expected, when I gave you the premise of the game. It's cliche, but in a couple routes it's really fun. I still think Yukito's good. I still think Riku's pretty good. I kind of wish they were in different games because they were pretty compelling characters, genuinely speaking. And I think overall, if I'm ranking this, like, so on Visual Novel Database, they give you like an option to rank things from 1 through a 10, and I'm gonna give this a solid 7 as being good, because I think for me, if I like half of the love interests, then it's an alright game. And there's only 4 main ones, then it's good. So for me, yeah, I liked half of it, so I guess it's 7 good. I think a lot of people that really like Otome games would like this game. Probably more than me. I've played probably 20 Otome visual novels now, so I'm a bit more picky, a bit more, I have my favorites and I know what I like in the games and I know what I don't like in the games, so I'm a little bit more picky, but I still think it's good. It's solid. Gosh, there were games I played last year that just made me want to go crazy, and maybe I'll talk about those another time, but this game was just fine. It's just fine. Maybe in reality it's a 6 out of 10. Like it's fine. It's better than terrible, but it's just like meh. It's earnest and it's nice. The music is good. The art is really pretty. I will give it that. The art is very pretty throughout this game, even if I have low quality PNGs. It's pretty good. Yeah. But even though visually though, I think visually they're all fine. For me anyway. I really don't have a preference between boys and girls, so I kind of just like everybody. So they're fine for me. Even Chiyuki's good. But yeah, that's Love or Pretend. I just wanted to talk about it because it's the first one I've played this year, and it was alright. And I haven't seen a ton of people talking about this game yet. I think a lot of people are on the fence of whether they want to buy it or not, and I would say maybe wait till it's on sale. I guess I would wait till it's on sale, is my opinion. It's not bad. You're gonna have a better time with this than games like crap, what is that game called? This game is better than a game I played last year called Paradigm Paradox. That game is a dumpster. Don't play it. But Love or Pretend, like if you're going in between games that you want that are on sale, and like you already have really good Otome games like Call or Malice, or like, oh gosh, I don't know, whatever your favorite Otome or visual novel game is, Love or Pretend is a better choice for you than games like Paradigm Paradox. Hello, this is ending trips here to say hello, thank you for watching the video. This was a very chaotic video, I know it was. I am striving to have things be more structured for next time, but I mean, I think I just get into the mindset of I really want to talk about this Otome game, and then sometimes I just talk and talk, and I don't know, I get a little carried away sometimes, but I hope that you enjoyed it anyway. Yeah, I mean, I'm currently playing Taisho Alice, so perhaps I'll have a review of that sometime in the near future. But I also know Winter's Wish, Spirits of Edo come out in May. I don't know. I don't think I'll get to that before I finish Taisho Alice, but it's possible. I don't know. But anyway, thank you very much for watching. I hope you had a nice time. I hope you have a good rest of your week.